Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the channel. It is December the 7th. Today is, I believe it's Wednesday. And anyway, we thought we'd do a quick video because so many of you guys have messaged us over Facebook and have messaged us over, Instagram, through email, things like that. And people have been wanting to know more about the Burmese tegu, the Argentine tegu, the Burmese python, and the Nile monitor ban that has been in place or has recently been issued here in the state of Georgia. And people have been messaging us and asking us if we have any updated information. Now, there are some updates, and I'm going to share those with you. There is some other things I want to share with you concerning that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my chair here. I feel like I'm about to fall over in the floor. I promise y'all I haven't. I'm not drunk. Anyway, so yeah, there has been some updates. So one of the questions a lot of people ask is, are you going to be able to continue to sell Burmese pythons? Like if you're a pet store and you wanted to you had Burmese pythons in your inventory, you're going to be able to sell them. And the excuse me, the information that we have been able to get so far is that yes, you will be able to to continue to sell your inventory. If you are a pet shop or a licensed breeder or whatever, you will be able to continue to sell those animals until December of next year. Once again, though, don't take our word for it. Call the DNR. Call them up and ask them, and call USARK. Ask them. Good luck getting any information out of them. Good luck finding a phone number to call USARK. Once again, we have no idea how to get in touch with USARK. Sometimes we sent them a message and said, hey, can you guys give us an update? We never even got a response from USARK. I actually posted on their Facebook page one time and just said, it publicly posted it where everybody could read it and said, hey, are we going to get any information out of you guys? Are you guys going to do anything for us? And their response was, we'll give you updates when they're available. So anyway, contact DNR. They will probably get back to you much quicker than anybody from USARK. That being said, we after our last video I did, and in that video I was critical of USARK and their performance in this situation that's going on here in Georgia. Now, I'm gonna just share this with you, and this is what I've heard. This is what I have read. But basically, when the meeting for whether or not they were going to pass this, when it happened, there was a young lady who went to that meeting, and she is the I believe she's the president of the Herp Society here in Georgia. And she went to speak on behalf of Georgia reptile keepers. And young lady, if you happen to be watching this video, my hat's off to you. We appreciate that. We thank you. But unfortunately, I believe she was one of the only people that showed up. And there wasn't a great number of people there saying to the DNR, hey, knock this off. We don't want these animals banned. Stop. Don't ban them. Don't discriminate against us. Allow us to breed our animals just like you allow, other farmers in Georgia to breed and reproduce their animals. And, so what basically happened was, from what I read, we, the reptile keepers, are being blamed for this. They're saying, well, it's your fault. You guys didn't show up in mass, and therefore it is your fault that this got banned, so don't blame us. Well, I am going to blame you. I do think it is your fault, because if we have to show up and fight for these things ourselves, why are we paying you money, USARK? You are taking donations. On your website, it says fighting for our right. So if we got to show up to all these meetings and fight for ourselves, what are we paying you for? And the other thing, USARK is the only person that showed up on our behalf from you guys was the president of a herp society. You guys couldn't have sent anyone, no one, no attorneys, no anybody who knows the legal ramification of these things. USARK couldn't provide one person to show up. I mean, I'm not nothing against this young lady. Okay, I know her. I'm not going to mention her name on here because, you know, I respect her. I don't want to drag her into what I'm saying. But my point is this: she's not an attorney. She's not a politician. She's not a political lobbyist. You're supposed to be that for us, USARK. But you sent someone else. Imagine this. Imagine if you got diagnosed with cancer and you went to a hospital and they said, well, you know, we could give you a doctor, but I mean, we got the janitor here, you know, we'll send him. He can tell you what to do. You're paying for something that you're not getting. Now, I'm not trying to compare this young lady to a janitor. Again, I don't mean this as an attack on her at all. I have met her. I know her. I've spoke with her. I think she is a very decent young lady. And I don't mean this as an attack on her. But my point is this. We're paying good money as a reptile community. I mean, look around. Almost every reptile show has a begathon for USARK. Hey, donate something. Donate your animals. Donate your this. Donate your that. And USARK is raking in this money. And then when we need them, they sent a herp society president. Let me tell you something. We could have sent someone there had we known that USARK wasn't going to be there to represent us. Is that true? I mean, I'm curious. I'm asking. Now, I've asked a lot of questions of USARK, and so far I've gotten no response from them. I've got no one's left a message in the comment section of my video, other than other reptile keepers who feel like I do. Why are we supporting USARK, and what are we getting for our money? Apparently, not much. So, I wanted to know. I actually posted something. Now, I'll take that back. Someone did make a comment. I'm going to tell you guys about this. Somebody did make a comment in defense of USARK, and it was Brian Barczyk. Brian Barczyk of BHB Reptiles commented to me, and this is what he said. He said, you know, Ronnie, I admit USARK has failed in a few places. Now, I'm not quoting him. I'm kind of paraphrasing what he said because I don't have the, you know, his message right here in front of me. But basically, he was just saying that, yes, there has been a few cases where they have lost. But by and large, we should still support USARK. And the reasoning for that, he said, is because there are a great number of species that we are only allowed to keep because of USARK. Okay? Now, I've heard that. I've heard that from other people. In fact, it's one of those things, I think people say it and they repeat it so much that people just, you know, we do that. We hear something so much that we automatically think it's true just because, not because we have any evidence that's true, but because we've heard it so much that, well, I mean, it's got to be true because everybody's saying it. That is how, you know, that's how propaganda works. You repeat something over and over and over and over and over so many times that people just accept it. They repeat it, and it perpetual hearing and listening of this. It's got to be true. So I've heard that there are species out there that we're only allowed to keep because of USARK. So I questioned Brian Barczyk, and I said, okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna leave this comment here, but I got a question for you. Can you name one species that we are only allowed to keep because of USARK? Tell me one species of reptiles that we are allowed to keep and breed only because of USARK. And I waited on him to give me a response, and I got nothing. I got no response back from him. Now, again, I'm not attacking Brian Barczyk. I mean, you know, Brian is probably a big supporter of USARK. He probably donates a lot of money to him. He probably wants to think that his money is, you know, is going to a good cause, and I'm sure a lot of people do. But, you know, listen, it's worth asking the question. Name me one species that we are allowed to keep only because of USARK. The only reason we're allowed to keep them is because USARK. Because I'm going to tell you something. You look at these gray hairs on this beard. I've been in this for a minute. And I can tell you this without any shadow of a doubt. We used to be able to keep more species in the reptile industry before USARK came along than we're able to keep now. And that's a fact. Used to be, before we even heard of USARK, there was multiple, I mean, there was almost nothing you couldn't keep. Since USARK has come on the scene, especially in Florida, where I think they're the biggest, especially in Florida, Florida keepers now can keep far less species since USARK became a thing. Now, I know there's probably some other reasons. I'm not blaming USARK and saying, hey, you guys are the reasons. I'm not saying that at all. But the factual statement is, if you can say, well, we're able to keep species only because of USARK being on the scene, I would tell you that we have lost species since USARK came on the scene. Take it for what it's worth. Now,